Hello, MS Live. I'm your host, Dulci Hill. Sorry I'm running late, but I had a rough time finding my camera, plugging in the wrong camera. So, hello, MS Live. I'm your host, Dulci Hill. And I apologize. I'm running late because I had a rough time finding the camera on the computer. There's so many USB. There's so many different USB. So let me just share this to the Meerkats and then continue. Here, wait. Let me move the camera. All right. Okay, now let me close that out. Let's see. So you're not looking at, let's see. Here we go. All right. It's Sarah. Good morning, Sarah. Let's see. All right, let's see. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Let's start this MS Live. I got a couple things I'm going to share with you, as well as let's see where this goes today. Hi, John. Hi, Karen. Gosh, you know what? Let's see. Let's see. Share to a group. Chris. Hi, guys. Oh, I had a rough time finding my USB. That's with the camera. That's why I'm a little late. Because you see this here? This looks like it's in the camera, but it's not. It's this microscope thing. I got to figure out. I don't know why I do this. By the way, you see this room here? This room, I'm changing it with the master bedroom. So we're gonna have a complete different studio. And I'm thinking about, but anyway, the reason why is because this is 3 feet wider than the master bedroom that I've been using, and I'm gonna get an adjustable bed. It's given to me, but it just the back goes up and the head and the feet go up. So I'm excited about that. But my husband says, "What about all the bedding?" Anyway, Chris, I love your new car, your Thunderbird. Chris also has a Thunderbird. 60 something. Hi, Rob. You know what? God bless you. God bless you, Rob. Hi, Linda. Hi, Linda. Now, if you're on Facebook right now, I'm not seeing you. I don't see your names when you participate, so I can't. I just, I'm saying hi and I'm reading everybody's input here. Sarah, you know what? I only am thinking that the adjustable bed will help me because I'm having a rough time uh, moving my body around, getting up. It's you know what? I have the best mattress in the world. My husband is saying, "Aren't you gonna miss the mattress?" It's an individual water bed, where it's not a giant waterbed mattress. It's individual tubes. So there's 4 tubes in there that I have, and 4 tubes my husband has, and it's a lifetime thing. So if it's not firm enough, you add more water, and then you can. So there is. Hi, Susan. So it's wonderful. It is just wonderful to have. But Tempur-Pedic, it just, and you know what? I have a problem. if I lay in one spot, it hurts. It really hurts. I have a low. Thank you. Linda asked me if I have trouble getting in and out of bed. Hello, Jay. And it's not that I have problem. Yes, I do. I do. It's getting. I can sit because it's a low profile bed, so I can sit on the side. But the problem is get my legs up, and then that left leg tends to feel like getting a tree limb in there. So I'm thinking that with the headboard up, right, the head up, I can sit there, scoot back, lean up against the head, and then read because I read before I go to sleep. Read and then write it down. Because when you're sitting there and your body's up, then I can pull that left leg up. I don't know. So that is my struggle. Also, it doesn't matter what I am. Paul, hi, Paul. I love that you're with us again, Paul. Can you chat on this Facebook or anyway? So to answer your question, the mattress I've got, I wish Tina were here because I have that mattress topper for pressure points, and I swear it would make the floor comfortable. I went down. Remember, I went down to Florida to help my dad out. Good, good. I'm glad you're here, Gina. How do you like that pressure pad? I know it can be noisy, so we have a air filter in our bedroom, and it is it's funny. And Chung says that you know what? That is huge, Gina. And the reason why I say that is because when I lay on my side, I can't easily roll over to my right side. I lay on my left, and rolling over to the right is so hard. And then getting that tree limb, that leg, and bringing it over. And what is amazing is that there's these pads for people who are in bed and have pressure, pain from the pressure of staying in one position. And what is it called, Gina? What is that pressure pad called? I love it. And you adjust the firmness, and they're little bubbles, it's like bubble wrap, but they're larger, right? And it constantly adjusts. So it blows up and it constantly. So even though you're laying on that, sometimes you're laying on some bubbles and the other times you're laying on another. Right? Is that a visual? I don't know. I'm a visual person. Uh, it's huge. So when I went down to Florida to visit my father, he had his bed, and believe it or not, I took all the air out of it, Gina, all of it, and I packed it in another suitcase, and I just put my pillow in all. And his bed was the guest bed in his house, is really high. So I pulled it out and I slept on it. It was the greatest thing in the world. It just, I think that I could sleep on, what is it, tarmac. What do you call that? Gravel roads. I could sleep anywhere on that, right? What is it called, Gina? Because it just, if you have a problem with your bed, instead of spending $1,000 on new mattresses, if you spend $98 on Amazon, you get this. You won't have pressure problems anymore. All right, and Karen is talking about a cooling vest. So she's asking, the heat is killing her. And that's a beautiful picture of you. In fact, I do. I have a video, Chung, of the of exactly the pressure pump. mid-air aerating pressure pump pad system, variable pressure with implant. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Gina. Thank you. I'm telling you what, there's a couple things. Having MS, I don't know how anybody can survive it with that couple basic tools. And that's what's good about MS Live right now is that we're helping each other out. And this all right, Jane. All right, I'll share with you in a minute why Jane's making me laugh as usual. Uh, uh, um, Sarah is sharing that she got a pressure mattress for her grandmother, and she had a pressure sore, she loves it. Her grandmother does. I'll tell you what. So if you have MS, if you can put down the things, we all have to have in case of emergency break glass. I'm going to tell you that everybody needs one of these pressure pads in case of emergency break glass because there will come a time in everyone's life. Shoot, I might get one for the guest bedroom because it's fantastic. No pressure sores. Okay, now, all right, let me see. And real quick, once again, Gina shared that you can get it on Amazon. There's a video. If you go to Dulci Jean Hill, you can see the video pressure pad, and you can see that. So Gina is telling you a mid-air alternating pressure pump and pad system, variable pressure with end flaps. And you get it on Amazon. And I'm telling you, it's like it's under $100. And it is amazing. It is amazing. It's the difference. Okay, now Karen is sharing about a different issue that we may have because right now, the reason why I'm not outside, Jane, I know it's outside time, is that it's only 80 degrees here, which is fine, but it is 80% humidity. And I was going out on the porch. I was going to set up, and Brian said to me, 80% humidity being there for 1 hour, you're committed. Are you sure you want to do that? And I thought, you know what? I don't think so. Jane is sharing that it's 56 there. I thought, Jane, you were experiencing triple digits. And Karen's is lucky. So Jane says the solution, a cooling vest is the best way to cool down is get yourself a Harley Davidson. In the old day, we called that air conditioning was rolling 55, rolling 55. Uh, Rob, 83. How's humidity? Because last week was 101. Today is the CBD tincture. Okay, so she was talking about the cooling vest. All right, Karen, MSSA, just get a note from Maryland and they will send you a free one. It's MSSA, Chris. I'm thinking, what did they send me? They sent me the free hat. I've got a video. Free hat, the cooling things. They're like little cold water bottles you put on your wrist. It's under your hat and you put around your neck and you know what? I tried that out in this heat. The problem is that when it starts to defrost, when it cool, that heat becomes it's a heat sink. Do they? Jane is saying MSAA does cooling vests too. What kind of cooling vests are they? Because there's different kinds. There's the kind of cooling vest that has the water bottles, and then there's the kind of cooling vest that's very thin that you get and you get wet and you put it on you and it keeps you cool. Now, Jane's in for years. They've had that cooling vest. Uh, you know what? And to jump back, so we're doing two topics, and I'm trying to keep straight. So Gina is sharing something that I think is just me too, Gina. Gina's saying that remember when your bed becomes the enemy, because why is it? Hi, Dennis. Why? Because Gina's sharing that her hips, her shoulders, and her lower back was sore all the time until she got this alternating pressure pad. And I'll tell you, mine too. Mine too. Oh my gosh, my hip, my lower hip, and awful, and just everything. My shoulder, because when I swim, if I don't warm up, I have the problem. So I've discovered using this pressure pad is just amazing. I still have to warm up before I swim. Like yesterday, I swam half a mile. Got to tell you guys something. I'm gonna true confessions. Gonna admit is that you know how I have all those videos on how to lift weights and you know I'm not enjoying it. I have lifted weights for let me think once. I'm not enjoying it. I enjoy swimming. That's all I'm doing is swimming and I have this video series and that exercise. It's Carolyn, uh, 15 minutes. So it's like 5 or 10 or 15 minutes of doing biceps, triceps. So, but legs, the doorknob squats, what? I'm not enjoying it. All right, Dennis, I'm thrilled you're here. Let's see. All right, Jane says hip pain, shortness, and you know what? Hip pain, it has everything to do with MS, Jane. When doctors say it doesn't have anything to do with MS, uh, uh, you think, why does it have something to do with MS? Because we don't walk symmetrically, right? And think logically. When we walk, if we walk with a stiff leg, right? What happened? That stiff leg, that hip on that stiff leg is being shoved. That leg is being shoved into that hip, right? So we are more prone to that compression problems, bursitis, swelling of the hip. It just it's like when doctors say crazy stuff like that, uh, when they say it's not associated with MS, say, well, most people with MS eventually walk in a stylish, unsymmetrical way. Do you think? I love asking questions, and I ask these doctors who I bet who think they know who make these outrageous statements. I love saying, all right, so if I walk with a stiff leg and my femur is shoving up into my hip socket after 25 years of walking like that, you don't think that can cause me a hip problem? Stupid doctors, stupid. Not all doctors are stupid, but the ones that make these definite statements, what haven't been humbled. Is that a young doctor, by the way, Jane, that made that statement? stupid statement. Entertain the possibility. What Aristotle says, even if you don't believe an argument is right, exercise the thought process by listening to it. Probable. All right, so let me see here. Let's see. Chung says my wife asked me to join her to swim, but I tell her I sink. I don't float. You know what, Chung? I do these laps. I don't use my legs. When I stopped being able to do the elliptical trainer and the treadmill, I went out, and this is probably 15 years ago. There was a swim coach of the high school kids, and I asked him to teach me how to swim without causing any problems. And I got to tell you, uh, I don't do the breaststroke because I sink. I don't do the backstroke because I feel a little uncontrolled. I do the crawl back and forth 40 times, 40 times one length, right? 20 times round trip. And let me tell you something. If I can do it and I don't use my legs, right? And I'm like a shark, I will sink if I'm not moving. So, so you know what? And look how much body fat I have on me. So if anybody sinks, I do. You just so all right, and there is different levels that you can do. There's different levels you can do aids, and then when you graduate, for an amount of time, I I I had problems breathing. My neck, it was like spinal stenosis in my neck, C1 and C2. I used a snorkel so I could just go forward. I don't have to use the snorkel. And I was doing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, breathing on alternating. Can't do that now. I have to. It's got to be the fourth breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So that's enough about swimming. So swimming's a great equalizer. Yesterday it was 90 some odd degrees. It was humid. Swim, and I got to tell you, I was like in a trance. I was so tired. Let me tell you something. You can actually swim with your eyes closed. Every once in a while, I open one eye to make sure that the stripes are under you. Right? I took a nap. I took a nap. I took a nap. Okay, so let's see. Let me go. All right, Susan says the car. You know what, Susan? It sounds like she's talking about crazy hip. I know I've heard that from you a lot, a lot before. Crazy hip. Could it be like restless leg syndrome? And so all right. So let me. Could it be that crazy hip? Do you need to stretch? I know I need to stretch. I don't like stretching. I don't like lifting weights or stretching. I like swimming. I like being productive. Uh, yeah, Susan. All right, let's see. Jane, let me keep going down. Yeah, I also think that I sleep. I have spasticity as well. This is what Gina says when I'm dead weight sleeping. That's true. Yeah, poor muscle support even when sleeping. And so Gina says, I'm going to read that again. She thinks that when she sleeps, she has spasticity as well as when as she's dead weight while sleeping. MS places these bones on bone, poor muscle support even when sleeping, and that's why this match is so good because it fluctuates. And Susan says Her lower hip kills her. Let's see. Jane says she told me to take my primary doctor. 32. Yeah, 32. Yeah. All right. Remember, I said stupid doctors, and I asked Jane what age the doctor who made the statement that uh, um, bad hips are not related to MS. And I said, how old is this doctor? 32. Yeah, she needed to know. And Dennis is saying it's county supervisor election day. Your polling place is 2 blocks away at the city pool. That means, Dennis, you got to go swimming. Yeah, all right. The float vest. So Chung said he bought the float vest. If you've got the float vest, practice, slowly practicing doing laps. How you do it is you go one lap, and then the next day you go up and back, right? And slowly, raindrops make oceans, gang. Let's see. And then Susan says, doctors are great. They pass us along like hot potatoes. Jane says, Chung, I got a 30-pound pool noodle here. 30 pounds? 30 pool noodles here. 30 pool noodles. I remember my cousin. She was so cute. We went to Palm Springs. It was in the winter, and everybody was in the floating around. I lived in Southern California, and everyone was on vacation, and they were. It was like elbow to elbow in this hot spring pool on a noodle, sitting on a noodle. And my cousin, she says, "There's oodles of noodles, oodles of noodles." I thought that was clever. No, you know what, Chung? Chung asked if I get very tired after I swim. And the answer is no, I don't. I just don't, And the reason why, if I were swimming a full mile, yes, I had to limit myself to doing a half a mile. I don't get tired when I do a half a mile. If I do more than that, 40 laps, uh, uh, then it's I get tired. So the way I would say is Chung, if you want to build up your stamina, remember stamina training is slowly go one length, and then oh, it's that. All right, let me see, Chung. Tell my wife to take. Yeah, good, Chung, and you get a report with us. If you are going to commit to building strength in swimming, then you are our newest athlete, Olympic trainer. When you have MS and you've got one. If we're all obedient in Christ, right? If we're all that, Chung, you have to, and we all have to acknowledge that when one door closes, other doors open. And Chung, it just, I have made these things happen, but who am I? A lot of you think that I'm special. And I'm not. All right, yeah, Dulci can do it, but Dulci's like this superhero. Baloney. If I can do it, anyone can do it. I'm telling you, I am low hanging fruit. There is so anyway. Let me go. All right, so all right, Gina's talking about tight hip flexors. Exactly. And there's an exercise if you lay on the side of your bed and pretend my pinky is a hip flexor or a leg. you're supposed to lay on the side of the bed, hold onto the bed, and drop your leg on the side. Do that to stretch out your hip flexor. Your hip flexor would be right here, right? Stretch out the hip flexor. So we're all supposed to, yeah. Chandra hi Chandra. I didn't say hi to you. I apologize. Thank you for sharing and being with us. Chandra talks about Sharonda. Is it Sharonda or Sharonda? But correct me with the pronunciation. What I wanted to say is that you know what? Sharonda's right, because if you don't like stretching, if you go to a chiropractor a couple times a week, they have physical therapists. You can hire one to stretch you, to manually stretch you. And Jane's reminding us that Bob and Brad, they're the most famous physical therapists for free on YouTube. I love them. You can follow along and stretch with them. I don't like it. And these people, I've never had patience to stretch. The only time I've ever had patience to stretch is when we owned that studio in Southern California. I only do it. Hi, Andrea. Oh, thank you for joining us. Okay, so thank you for Karen for the tip freeze. Uh-oh. You mean I had a video freeze? Oh. Is there no video freeze right now? All right, so, oh, frozen. Is it still frozen? All right, hang on. Hang on. All right, I took the modem and I turned it. I turned it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for telling me there was a video freeze. Thank you. I don't know. You know what? There are professionals who do this, who have music, who have a setup. You know what? If I was a professional, if this was about me, yeah, I might go to school and figure out how to make this a professional channel like some of you have beautiful channels and on YouTube but I'll tell you what, it's not about me. I can't do it. I can't do it because the more I do this, the more I realize that my job is to, I'm the auditorium, right? I go in and it's like renting a place that you all come in and you're the party, you're the socializing, right? You're the ones who make us all stronger. So all I do is provide the auditorium, the get together. That's good, Chris. Chris. Thank you. Thank you, Gina. I'm raw. I'm real. You know, I just don't take it that serious. And Andrea says, Andrew, do you have MS or is it just, you know what? If Andrea, Tim's here. Okay, Andrea, if you don't have MS and you have specific questions about how you can deal with the specific symptoms uh, uh, with MS, ask. All right, you know, you are a rock star, Andrea. You. You're a rock star, Andrea. I get teary-eyed because I think our caregivers just awesome. Aren't they awesome? And Andrea, there's a special place in heaven for for you and people that help us, that decide, that volunteer to participate, to have MS. You volunteer to have it. Our loved ones, our family, our friends, our husbands, our boyfriends, our girlfriends. Those people volunteer. There's one thing about having MS. Thank you. There's one thing about having MS. It's another thing choosing to have it. I was married before, and I had MS. And my ex-husband, who was pilot in the Air Force and Southwest Airlines, he hated sickness. When I was in the hospital, he just, it'd be better for him to get a root canal than visit me. He just didn't like it. He didn't like coming home from trips to visit me. And I gotta tell you something. My husband now, my real husband, he knew I had MS and wanted to marry me anyway. It just, no. We used to go for such long walks and biking, 25 miles we'd bike together on a regular bike. Now he rides my bike. Anyway, so Andrea, you know what? It's not so sad. Statistics wise, they say that women that are with men with MS tend to stay. Men who are with women who have, and suddenly they're diagnosed, and even if they're not, the marriages, statistically speaking, fall apart more than statistics. It's a statistics. But anyway, Andrew, you're awesome. Hey, you're awesome. Yeah. And Sarah's talking about 20 years, but now married to her best friend for 3 years. Oh my God, Andrea, that's gonna be tough. How long is Andrea? How long has your boyfriend had primary progressive MS? And you know what my husband said? And when we got married, his mother, I said to his mom, I'm so sorry your son fell in love with me. And she put her hand on my leg and she said, Dulcie, you make him better. Uh, Apparently, and God works. Uh, uh, he's had 2012. He's had MS in 2012. Uh, but I'll tell you what, she said that he said, you may outlive me. I may be hit by a bus tomorrow. Anyway, uh, uh, tell me something. Let's see. Sarah talks about being married to her keeper husband for 3 years. Chris is they're awesome. You'll be so blessed. Learn as much as you can. My husband does, and even does the MS walk with. That's good. Some people are made for the battle, and some are not. That's right, Gina. That is. You know what? How old is he, Andrea? And as profound as that sounds, and as obvious as it sounds, there's so much wisdom, and some people are made for the battle, and some people aren't. When you have MS, you don't have a choice but to go in the battle and Find people that encourage you and help you deal with it. Uh, uh, he's 45. And he's had, all right, Andrea's talking about her boyfriend being 45. So you don't have the choice. But if you don't have MS and you're choosing to be with someone with MS, you're choosing to be part of the battle. And as Gina says, so if you're not made for the battle, right? You've got to know, because there's some people who've been diagnosed with MS that aren't made for the battle, and there's on Facebook. I go to different groups, and there is one that's not MS Frontier, secondary progressive. It's secondary progressive multiple sclerosis. There is a girl that was in there. That girl, yeah, I don't know how old she was, but she was just ranting and raving about how her life sucked. My life sucks. If it weren't for the fact that I have family that depend on me, I'd be fine with God taking me now. Huh. Let me tell you something. And everybody's like, yeah, my life sucks too. So everybody was backing her up saying their life sucks. Yeah, my life sucks. I've had it this long, my life sucks. Guess what? And I said it. I said that is not what people who think their life sucks needs to hear. Buck it up. Find something that doesn't suck. Count your blessings instead of your curses. We have to do that. We have to encourage each other not to circle the drain. Otherwise, in fact, one of the things that this gal, she commented that I was rude and that people need support. I said, yeah, you can support me. If I tell you that I've had it for 37 years and I'm suicidal, are you going to support me up to the point where I take my life? They deleted all that. They deleted them. Support. You know what? People who are depressed, if you're like, you have reason, life's not made for everyone. If you hear that and you think, yeah, life's not made, the world would be better off without me. It's like, no, you need to buck it up, buck it up. There are people who have it worse than you that don't have MS. That you know, checking out is way too easy. Gina, and Gina, it's priorities. Gina's saying that her life shrunk quickly as MS began to surface, and I will tell you that I've lost so much because of MS. I lost my marriage. I lost life savings. I lost a lot of things. But let me tell you what I gained. I gained perspective. I gained priorities. I gained what is really empower. I gained a relationship with God. A deep love of people that I didn't know. I realized before MS I was a bit of a narcissist, and a bit of a narcissist. Too many things out there were there for my amusement, right? And now it's like I look at life as a tool. How can I be of use? How can God use me? If I didn't have MS, I might not be there. I might not be there. All right. So and Sarah says that's why God led me here. I love your positivity. You know what? God, and I believe that, Sarah. I don't think it's my positivity, but I believe God led you here to encourage other people because I think God works through us. right? God works. You know what? And Sarah, you being here is so huge. Yeah, it's so huge. It is. All right, so it's the postings are happening fast, and I'm let's see, Chris is saying Andrea, she was diagnosed after we were dating 3 weeks. 6 months later, Ronnie proposed. Ronnie proposed, and they'll be married for 18 years in September. Bless, and they're a cute couple. Chris and Ronnie, you guys are so cute. Uh, am I awesome? You know what, Andrea, I will tell you that it's isn't it smoke and mirrors? We all have our moments of being in the sun, of being awesome. But yeah, I tell you that Nancy, who just turned 70, lived on the other street. She had MS. She died. She couldn't talk. She had a stroke. There was a number of things, but I'll tell you what. One of the neighbors came out and said Nancy died. Dulci. She couldn't walk, she couldn't talk. She but I'll tell you what. If you had the patience, and I tried to get that patience and listen to her. When I had the patient, I listened to her. She wasn't in pain. And I said to John, the neighbor, I said, you know what? She might not be able to walk or talk, but let me tell you something. I think she had a better attitude. I think she had a better attitude than me. She just was always upbeat. She was always upbeat. So, we're all, I need you guys to pick me up. Maybe it's you tell me I'm awesome. Will get me going to the all right, it's 11:50. Where's the time go by? All right, Jane, 35 years. How does a 38-year-old be married for 35 years, Jane? All right, Dennis, when I met my ex, I told her about Emma. 2 years later, married. And then I started on my bucket list and ran out of money. My bed, still able bodied. 5 years we were divorced. Yeah, I'm sorry, Dennis. Marriage is hard enough without MS. And there's that saying, hurting people hurt other people. Love you, Chris. I love you more. I love you more, Chris. And thank you for sending me. You private messaged me some videos, some song, a Christian song. Uh, all right. And Susan says, so we gotta. What? There was a Disney film, accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative, something the affirmative. Is that Zippity Doo Dah? I don't know. All right, Chung says that he's married for 15 years. Dennis Wood, yeah. You know what? Uh, my bucket list had more physical things involved. I think because I played softball, second base, softball. Eileen, if you're still here, couldn't make the high school team because there are people like you who are better than me. But when I grew up, the Air Force team allowed me to be on the softball team, and I was pretty good. Batted fourth, batted fourth. And I was so silly. I went to the coach and said, I'm sick of not getting respect around here. I'm batting fourth. And he's you bat fourth because you were the cleanup. You're good. You're good at batting. And I'll tell you, I was an outfielder until my attention deficit made it so bad that they pulled me into second base. And second base, I could pay attention. I had to. Yeah, I had to pay attention. Uh, Manic MS. Let's see. Amen, Jane. Yes, Dennis. All right, bucket list. You know what? I don't have a bucket list. Chris is saying she doesn't have a bucket list. I don't have a bucket list. You know why? Because excuse me, every day I'm on this earth is to dig a, not to look back and regret the past, because past regrets are depression, and worrying about the future, bucket list and all, is anxiety, right? It leads to anxiety. So I'm not going to worry about not walking or getting worse, and I'm not going to worry about the things I said. And I my bucket list is right where my feet are. Is if I'm not appreciating what I have, then why do I have to? I have no business going someplace else to appreciate it. I've got to appreciate what I have. So I'm taking this office and I'm going to make this my master bedroom. And why move when you can change rooms? So I'm doing that. It's going to be fun. Exactly. So bucket list, because I was gonna. Let me tell you something. I have a friend with a son who has a condo in Hawaii, and I was going to surprise my husband with the bucket list trip because he's never been to Hawaii. So from Maryland, we were going to fly to San Diego and then go to Hawaii. But and I thought that's a bucket list vacation for him. Then I pulled him aside and I said, "Oh my gosh, think about the cost of food and all that stuff." I said, that's not a good idea. Can we go back down to Fort Walton Beach, to Destin, Florida? Can we go down there, watch Dad, help him out, stay there? You know, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, you know what? And Jane, you have logic. Jane is moving to South America, and it's an expat, a patriot. Say hi, Will. Uh, uh, but I was an Air Force wife and an Army brat. So I've lived all over this country, traveled all over this country. It just traveled all over this country. You know what? Anyway, so the problem is, Jane, you're gonna have a guest bedroom because we're all gonna take turns visiting you. Uh, I don't know. I don't. I'd be afraid about health care. Let's see. Good fruit. Uh, uh, Tell me, Jane, what about for MS? Because if I get this right, it's not Ecuador. Where were you planning on going? What South America country? South American. Ecuador. You know what's fun is that everybody from Ecuador is coming up, and we all of us Americans can go down. Oh, Chris, you played shortstop. You know what? Chris played short. She is sharing that she played shortstop. Chris, you could handle grounders because you gotta handle grounders, and you gotta have enough guts. You gotta have enough guts to charge the ball. Uh, you know that I think the shortstop in baseball, that's the best player. That's the best player, and the smartest player is the catcher, right? All right, Gina's talking about spiders and Ecuador. All right, Sarah played second base. I played second base. Is it 12 noon? It is. It's 12 noon. It's 12 noon. All right, so, and Gina, you were the pitcher? That's great. You know what? You know, let's all, I'll tell you what, let's all have a wonderful dream about all of us on MS Live playing softball. All right. And Chris, you're the shortstop. Problem is that Sarah and I both would play second base. Sarah, I'm going to ask you, are you left-handed? Anyway, because now I'm starting to think we about how we can all be a team, right? From this bit. And you know what? I just let's be a team. Oh, Karen, you were the catcher. Oh my gosh, Karen. No, no. John. All right, I love you guys. Please go to msfrontiers.org. Subscribe, follow me if you're watching this on Facebook. Subscribe to my channel. I love you all. Keep coming back. Uh, love you all. And let me pray us out. Lord, I just ask for you to give everyone who's watching the strength and the empowerment that we have for each other and the love we have for each other. Because you said, I was just reading a devotion that if we feel that we are blessed by you and we get that help, it is our duty to help other people with the love that you've empowered us to do. And I thank you for everybody who's come here today. And I know you brought everyone here today. Thank you so much. And until Thursday, keep us all safe. And may the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, guard your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus. Amen. I love y'all. See you soon.